AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe. Missed me with Luka having 45. He was in there when they was down 20. So, but I said this, I was the first to say it. Lakers made a big mistake. Big mistake. They gave up on Anthony Davis. And to me, he's the better basketball player. He proved they won a championship together. And he proved when LeBron went down, he was playing at MVP level. So for me, the Lakers are seeing now why the Dallas Mavericks that we want no part of Luka Doncic. Is he a great player? Yes. Is he great offensively? Yes. But does he make others better? No. Does he play a lick of defense? No. Does he even attempt to play defense? No. Let's not forget, yes, he's been to a Western Conference Finals. But let's not forget he had a sidekick in Jalen Brunson that played hella great basketball. Yes, they went to the finals last season. But he had Kyrie by his side. So he didn't do this on his own. Now, he's a great player. Would I love him on my team? I mean, I guess so. But would I give up the house for him? No. And remember, this goes back to Vlade Divac. Let's not forget, when Luka was being drafted, Vlade Divac had a chance to draft him to the Sacramento Kings. Of course, he took the wrong player, Marvin Bagley, and Vlade Divac's reasons was wrong, but I think he was hiding something. It's a reason he didn't draft Vlade Divac, and it's a reason the Dallas Mavericks traded him. And the other night, against the Brooklyn Nets and last night against Milwaukee Bucks, is why Nico and the Dallas Mavericks traded Luka Doncic. He's unreliable. And for me, he only wants to do one thing, and it's score the basketball. He don't want to win championships. He don't want to play no defense. He don't want to sacrifice anything. I think the not being in shape thing is BS because he looks in shape. But for me, I'm going to be honest. He can't take no pressure. You can tell. He doesn't look happy. Anthony Davis, we got a small sample size of what the Dallas Mavericks will look like fully healthy. Scary. Scary. So for me, unless the Lakers win a championship this season, that's the only way the Dallas Mavericks made a mistake. And we all know damn well they ain't winning no championship. So for me, if Dallas shuts it down and brings everybody back next season fully healthy, we'll see, because we seen in the half what Dallas Mavericks was going to look like before AD went down. So for me, I think the Lakers made a big mistake. I think they do what they always do. They just look for the entertainment aspect of the game now. And for me, Luka's not a guy that you want to move forward with your franchise unless he has another superstar next to him. We see how good he looks next to Kyrie. We see how good he looks next to LeBron James. But how does he look by himself? When you got average guys with you, when you ain't got that superstar, that all-star caliber player next to you, if you ain't got that great head coach. And this has nothing to do with JJ Redick, because I'm not a big JJ Redick fan, but he's doing a good job. He doesn't deserve to get fired. I think the Lakers made the right choice with him because it seemed like guys are reacting to him great. Listen, he got Dalton Connect playing hella basketball. Finney Smith and them, Reeves, them guys look good. Some games, everybody's not going to have 82 straight games of playing great. But he has those guys playing good basketball, so I got to give JJ Redick props when it comes to that. Do I love him as a head coach? Do I think he's the next Phil Jackson? Do I think he's the greatest basketball mind? No, I don't think none of that, and I could be wrong. But he does not deserve to be fired. But I think the Lakers made a big mistake because they thought, or they think, Luka can take this franchise over when LeBron retires. So let's not forget, Fabian, Luka doesn't have to sign. He just have to stay there after this season. I think Luka want to hide behind and under the radar, score his 30, 40 points, and just go by like that. I don't think he cares one bit about winning a championship. You could tell on the defensive end. That's how I look at it. You could tell on the defensive end, he gives two you-know-what about winning basketball. I'm sorry. So I think the Lakers made a big mistake. And last night and against the Brooklyn Nets, we know it's only 2 games. But What if LeBron James is injured for a season? What if LeBron James retires next year? And this is the team Luka has to deal with for a whole season. Do we still think the Lakers are championship contention? Do we still think the Lakers are playoff bound? Do we still think Luka is going to be the best player in the NBA? I don't think Luka can do what the Joker is doing. I'm sorry. I don't think Luka can do what Steph Curry does. So for me, I think the Lakers made a real big mistake, and I think they're going to figure out the hard way, Fabian.
I think that's the underlying thing. Like I understand what it's easy to jump on Nico Harrison with the Mavericks. He's a punchline at this point because yes, the Mavericks could have asked for more draft picks. Like we've heard the story 1,000 times. Trading Quentin Grimes for Caleb Martin to the Philadelphia 76ers, that looks bad. Quentin Grimes has been destroying over there in Philly. And there were a couple other trades people pointed to. So I understand what everyone is saying. But when the owner came out recently, Dumont, whatever his name is for the Mavericks, everyone shitted on him because they're saying he's sitting there and doesn't know anything about basketball. He read off the names Kyrie, PJ Washington, Anthony Davis, and he said, you starting with either Gafford or Lively. So to me, I don't think he's not doing his homework. Does it get rid of the conspiracies and the rumors that they go into Vegas? I don't know. But I do know that first game, yeah, it was only 3 quarters. But we saw what we thought was going over there with the Mavericks. Hold on, healthy AD? Healthy get the first thing I said last year. Shout out to my guy Joe Rose. He was telling me they didn't add anything last year to the Mavericks. Luka brought a bunch of bums to the finals. I'm like, no, he didn't.
Right.
They weren't gonna go to no championship with just Lively, the rookie. They had to draft Lively. They tanked. Let's not forget they traded for Kyrie, then tanked. How do you tank? When the hell did Kyrie and LeBron tank? Never. So you had to tank to get the pick. Our pick, by the way. They tanked to avoid giving us that pick.
Right.
And they got Lively. Then you added Gafford at the trade deadline. And I said, yo, Gafford over there is kind of crazy. Like they're going to the championship, bro. Whether it's how Fleet put it, lightning in a bottle, call it whatever you want. That's a short amount of time for the rest of the league to try to react to this. And, the Celtics, well-oiled machine, they figured them out. And also, they also figured out what Brian Windhorst was saying now infamously in that tunnel after the game 3 or 4 in the championship last year. Yo, this team don't think, that Luka's about his business. He's a crybaby. All that stuff, they're not turned on by it. And us as fans, we've been saying that. That's the second time in the year that we've seen the fans finally get echoed by a player or players or the media. We just seen what happened with Mikal Bridges. Now people trying to come out, defend, the other side. Who is Mikal Bridges? That we're going to get to you in a second. I don't know how you trying to shout us out like that. You out your damn mind. But Mikal Bridges echoed what we said. The Mavericks this was internal, and we've been hearing stories about Luka being kind of chunky, carrying the weight. Look at how he looks from his rookie season till now. This is night and day, damn near. He's carrying a lot of weight, and they just don't feel. My gut feeling when I read it, I'm like, they're not totally bugging. Jason Kidd has been to the Olympics. He's been around everybody. Kobe, LeBron tried to trade for Jason Kidd before he went to Dallas and got a championship over there. He loves Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd ain't no dummy. A little sneaky individual, my favorite point guard of all time. I know he's a slickster, but he's up there with Nico Harrison. Nico Harrison got his job at Nike because of Kobe. You telling me he's not around Kobe every day, seeing what ticks with him? And he goes, yo, this, that, and the third. You got to, like he's watching, listening to these greats. He's around Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd is a legend. Jason Kidd looking at Luka like, yo, if I was 25, I'll lock you up. I figured you out a long time ago. For Jason Kidd to co-sign that trade, I don't care what he says. For Jason Kidd to co-sign that trade, that's a big deal. JJ Redick and LeBron about to find out. Then they're gonna say on the low, yo, man, I don't know if LeBron is like that. I don't know if Luka is like that. Forget the mistake, AllBall, because I understand where the Lakers are coming from. You're gonna make that deal. The next 10 years, you got a new All-NBA guy. On paper, it looks amazing. Now, in real life, back to reality, I don't know if you're really that dude, Luka. Not with a couple breaks without a couple breaks in the game. You ain't no joker. Don't we know Joker for being a big boy? We talk about him being, kind of chunky with the rock. And your man, we never question Joker's MVP status. Everybody would line up to trade with Joker right now. Here's my whole team.
See, you made a great point, right? With Nico and guys being around Kobe and J Kidd being around and playing against the best. Remember, he was around when Mike was around. So you got Nico, who's close to Kobe, and then you got Jason Kidd, who's played against the best and played with the best. They know what it takes to win. They know what it takes. Listen, for you to be a franchise player, a guy that's going for championships, you got to be reliable. You got to play both sides of the ball, and you got to be determined. And they could look at Luka and go, great talent. Let's not get it misconstrued. Great talent. But is this guy the ultimate leader? Is he willing to sacrifice anything? Is he willing to make anybody better? Is he willing to be the captain of the ship? I don't see it.
AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.